Are you getting ready to take the FTCE Music K-12 028 exam? Then you came to the right place. My name is Selena, and I have 20 years of teaching experience, and I'm a test prep expert with Study.com. In this video, I'll walk you through what to expect during the FTCE Music K-12 test, how to prepare yourself before testing day, and a few of my top strategy tips for passing. All right, let's jump in. If you want to become a music K-12 teacher, the FTCE Music K-12 test is required to integrate musical instruction into your curriculum. You'll still need to take the FTCE General Knowledge and Professional Education Competency exams, but this test validates your expertise in musical knowledge, evaluations, and skills. You will have exactly 2 hours and 30 minutes to answer 80 multiple choice questions. Specifically, this computer-based exam is grading your knowledge of 4 competencies in relation to teaching music to the grades of kindergarten through 12th grade. Knowing your competencies is crucial, as they are exactly what you are going to be graded on. So before we get into each one specifically, we will go over what each one is. The first is knowledge of music education fundamentals, which will comprise of 30% of the exam. This means 24 questions on the exam will be examining this competency. The second and largest competency will assess your knowledge of music standards-based curricula and pedagogy. It is going to be 38% of the exam, which is about 30 questions. Over a third of the entire exam will be looking at your abilities here. The exam will test your knowledge of music performance assessment and evaluation. This will comprise 22% of the exam, which will be 17 to 18 questions. Finally, your knowledge of music program management, ethics, and legal matters will be tested. There are only 8 of these questions because this competency is only 10% of the exam. Knowing that you will have 2.5 hours to answer all the questions, you will have a little over 1.5 minutes per question. Here's my first tip. Even if you are unsure on an answer, you will still want to answer all of them, since wrong answers don't detract from your score. You are only graded based on how many you answer right. Let's focus more on the format of the test itself. All of the questions will have a single correct answer, and there will be only 4 responses available to you. For every question, you will always have the direction to select the best response. Again, there are no short essay or fill-in-the-blank questions. Now, since this is a music exam, some of the questions will have a unique direction asking you to play the excerpt. These questions will have recorded musical excerpts that you will need to listen to. There will be about 10 questions that have recorded music, and they will only relate to the first 3 competencies previously mentioned. These questions will have an obvious play button, but you will only have 2 chances to listen to each recording. So you can listen to the recording more than once, but only once more. After the second play has begun, you will not be able to listen to the audio again after 2 listens. You may always return to any question in the exam, including the questions with recorded excerpts, but you will still be unable to listen to it again after 2 times. This is important to remember and leads us to my second strategy tip. Actively listen to the musical excerpts. We know that listening items will be grouped towards the start of the exam, and you will not be able to listen to the audio again after 2 listens. So it is important to actively listen. First, read the directions carefully and fully understand what you need to listen for. Then play the excerpt and actively listen. Focus only on what you are hearing. In terms of length, some of these questions will be longer than others. Come back to the longer questions if you need to guess. While 2.5 hours is plenty of time, you may feel caught up in a longer question and feel like you need to reread it a few times. Just remember, for the excerpt questions, you only get 2 listens. Now that we know what to expect from the questions, let's begin the process of preparation by getting a little more specific about the 4 competencies themselves. The first competency tests knowledge of music education fundamentals. This competency will contain questions that assess your grasp of fundamental music education concepts. This means you may be asked to identify and analyze basic musical elements, such as rhythm, melody, harmony, and form, based on a recording. Understanding these elements is essential for evaluating a piece of music structure and its application in teaching. Let's do a sample question. The competency, knowledge of music, standards-based curricula, and pedagogy focuses on assessing your ability to teach both vocal and instrumental performance effectively. It requires you to demonstrate an understanding of different musical classifications and the appropriate ranges for voice and instruments. Additionally, you must account for how these classifications align with students' developmental stages when designing and implementing music education strategies. Let's go over a sample question. Pertaining to questions that contain recorded excerpts, they may ask you to compare a performance to a specific notation, analyzing both for their tempo or phrasing. You will compare and identify any problems. This will involve the competency testing your knowledge of music performance assessment and evaluation. This competency focuses on assessing the qualities of individual and group performances, such as tone, technical skills, and overall musical expression. Let's do another question. Finally, your knowledge of music program management, ethics, and legal matters examines the importance of music responsibility. You must adhere to ethical standards, including plagiarism and copyright laws. This also involves evaluating resources to support music education, like ensuring proper classroom management of materials such as instruments, uniforms, and music libraries. So as you can see, there's plenty to prepare for leading up to test day. Tip number 4, come physically prepared. While you have been studying hard and preparing for this exam, the last thing you want to happen is to freeze on questions and be uncomfortable. Get a good night's rest and show up to the exam in comfortable clothes. Maybe bring a light jacket in case it's cold in the room. For study help and personalized guides, study.com will create a personalized plan for you. If you're using other materials, you may need to put your own study plan together. There are plenty of lessons to review material, but remember that even if you feel confident about a topic, you should still practice. This brings me to my last tip. Practice, practice, practice. The best way to build confidence on a test day is to do lots of practice questions. You'll get comfortable with the competencies, the question formats, and the exam timing to go into test day, completely prepared. I hope this video covered everything you were wondering about the FTCE Music K-12 exam. Check out our deep dives on each competency and watch our walkthroughs to jumpstart your preparation. Please like and subscribe to our channel and hit the notification button so you won't miss any new videos when they drop. If there are any specific tests or questions that you would like us to review, please let us know in the comments below, and we will get to them as soon as possible. Finally, once you've passed your music K-12 exam, please leave a note in the comments so we can all celebrate your success. Good luck!